Welcome to your Cyber Daily News Update for July 3rd, 2026. Today's top cybersecurity stories include a major takedown of a 2 million device proxy network by FBI and Google, critical security gaps in government and healthcare email systems, a record €4.1 billion fine against Google upheld by European courts, a massive data breach at Medtronic affecting 3.8 million people, the extradition of a scattered spider hacker, critical vulnerabilities in the popular Cursor AI code editor, and a Microsoft SharePoint flaw now on the CISA exploited vulnerabilities list. Let's get into it. First up, the FBI and Google have taken down the NetNut residential proxy network, also known as Popper, which was built from approximately 2 million compromised home devices. The service turns smart TVs, streaming boxes, and other consumer electronics into proxy nodes that allowed cybercriminals and nation-state actors to hide their real locations and identities during attacks. This coordinated action builds on Google's earlier disruption of the iPidea proxy network in January and represents a major blow to malicious infrastructure used for fraud, account takeovers, and web scraping worldwide. Next, Google has disrupted NetNut, one of the world's largest residential proxy networks that routed internet traffic through compromised home devices. The service was widely abused by cybercriminals for fraud, account takeovers, web scraping, and other malicious activities. While proxy services have legitimate uses, networks like NetNut represent a serious threat to internet security and user privacy. This action continues Google's objective to dismantle malicious residential proxy networks and disrupt the infrastructure used by threat actors. Staying with security gaps, Comparitech analyzed live DNS records for nearly 6,000 domains across 13 sectors and found that government and healthcare are the weakest links in global email security. The research revealed that more than 8% of organizations had zero protection in place, with government domains scoring an average of just 2.73 out of 8 points. A shocking 27% of government domains lacked any email authentication protocols, leaving them wide open to phishing attacks and data compromises. Turning to legal matters, the European Union's top court has upheld a record €4.1 billion fine against Google, ruling that the company abused Android's market dominance through restrictive licensing practices. The case goes back to 2018 when the European Commission concluded that Google forced device manufacturers to pre-install Google Search and Chrome to access the Play Store. This ruling confirms that Google's conduct was a single, continuous infringement and represents one of the largest antitrust penalties in tech history. In breach news, medical technology giant Medtronic is notifying more than 3.8 million individuals that their personal and medical information was compromised in a recent data breach. The incident occurred in April 2026 when the infamous extortion group Shiny Hunters accessed the company's corporate IT systems. Because Medtronic develops and manufactures medical devices and therapies, this breach raises serious concerns about the privacy of sensitive health data and potentially compromised medical systems. In law enforcement news, a 19-year-old named Peter Stokes has been extradited to the United States to face charges related to his alleged membership in Scattered Spider, the hacking group linked to more than 100 network intrusions and over $100 million in ransom payments. This arrest represents a significant victory in the fight against organized cybercrime and could provide valuable intelligence about the group's operations and methods. Staying with vulnerabilities, critical flaws in the popular Cursor AI code editor could lead to OS-level remote code execution. The June-slide vulnerabilities enable zero-click prompt injection attacks that escape Cursor's sandbox and execute arbitrary code on the underlying operating system. Because Cursor is widely used by developers for AI-assisted coding, these vulnerabilities pose a serious risk to development environments and could allow attackers to compromise entire systems through what appears to be a trusted development tool. Finally, the US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency has added a Microsoft SharePoint server flaw to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog. The tracked vulnerability CVE 2026-45659 has a CVSS score of 8.8 and involves deserialization of untrusted data. At the end of May, Microsoft released security updates to patch this high-severity vulnerability that could allow remote code execution, and organizations using Microsoft SharePoint should apply the updates as soon as possible. That's your briefing for today. The CVE numbers and links to every story are in the show notes below. If this update helped you stay ahead of the threats, do us a favor and subscribe so you never miss a day. You can catch Cyber Daily News on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Stay sharp, patch early, and we'll see you next time.